Hey everyone, welcome to Day Trippin'. I'm Charlie. Today we're at a place in the Superstition Mountains called Monument Canyon. It's a great little trail, about 2 miles long at the most. We're going to see the remains of a homestead, we're going to see a mine, and then eventually we're going to make it up to the cave, which is really kind of the gist of this trail. This is why everybody is on this trail, but I think some of the other things on it are just as interesting. So come with me as we take this short walk up the trail. We're going to start with the old mining cabin, and then we're going to go to the mine, and then lastly we'll go up to the cave. So let's get on the trail. Pretty sure that's the way to the cave. And then this is going to be the way to the homestead. So we're going to continue on this way for a little bit. Now, according to what I read, it's only 2/10 of a mile down this trail here to the old, I guess, mining cabin. Somebody took some time here and moved some boulders, both sides. That's a lot of work done by hand. Whew. More along here. Oh, there it is. Oh, check this out. Now let's get over there and get a closer look. Well, that was cool. I didn't expect to come up over that little rise there and see this. So we found it. I don't know if there ever really was a building here. There's some rock foundation. Pretty nice fire pit place, whatever it is. Great view from up here. Wow. Well, now up the road here, up the trail here, I think about a half a mile is a mine. I'd really like to get up there and see that too. We'll see. I'm going to take a break here and decide. I did a little research and found a story claiming this person was a German miner and gold was what he was after in the mine up here in Monument Canyon. Sounds suspiciously like the Dutchman himself, Jacob Waltz, although he was in these mountains years earlier. That's the trail to the mine. This is a trail I took, unfortunately. If there's a choice of two trails, I'll take the wrong one every time. It hardly ever affects the video, just the cast and crew. This time, however, I came across a site that was worth mentioning. Look at this rock field. This rock field is little more than a pile of dacite boulders. They flew here courtesy of a massive volcanic eruption, then landed covered in a thick layer of volcanic tuff. Wind and water immediately began the erosion process. The softer tuff surrounding the dacite boulders was gradually removed, leaving behind exposed, resistant rock formations that we see today as rock fields. It took most of the remaining daylight to learn my lesson, so I decided to head home for the night and return with reinforcements the next day. My son Troy and his friend Olya are going to be joining me today. Turns out she's quite the snake hunter. Well, I've made it to the homestead, which is really cool. I have to wonder, if you stayed up here, would you actually live up here, or would you just be up here for a few days at a time, maybe a week at a time? I know that the mine is about a half a mile up, and the story is that a German miner in about 1900 came up and built this little cabin here. Of course, the only thing left is the fireplace, and the mine up the hill here is also his. So, he may have stayed out here full time, but unless there was water in the wash, there wasn't much water. And I think that Phoenix and even Apache Junction was not too far that way. So you could come up here, you could spend a week, maybe two, and then head back into town and take a bath and have a beer and maybe head back up here in a week or so. But boy, what a life. Okay, let's see if we can work our way up to the mine. Yeah, the general instructions were just to make your way up the wash, so that's what we're doing, I think. It's another cairn. I like that, unless you guys just put that up. Really snaky. I can see a cairn up there. I don't know how the heck to get there, but I can see it. How you guys doing?
Good. Doing good. Just getting bit a couple of times by rattlesnakes.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can see the rattle too really well. Okay, so Troy and Olya have taken the wash up, but I've seen a couple of cairns, including one up against this hill. And then I see a pretty good trail going up, and I think that's the way we need to go to the mine. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. Hopefully I don't get bit all through here, but I'm going to try and work my way over to that cairn. I'm hoping I know what I'm doing here. Well, that was a little difficult. Well, I found a trail way up here. Don't know where it comes from, but it looks like it continues on this way. So now I've climbed up quite a ways out of that wash. So really hoping one of these is going to get me to the mine. Boy, this is some desert bushwhacking right here. I found the mine. I found the mine. Well, I found the mine.
You found the mine?
Yep. It's right here. Cool. Well, it looks like we're not the first. Well, I found the mine. I can't believe we actually made it up here. I'm so excited to get in there and take a look. Alright, so I brought a flashlight for just such an occasion. It's not a big one, but Now, I was a little disappointed when I got in here because, well, it doesn't go very far. It goes back here a ways. Looks to be about 5 feet tall in most places. You see a lot of the striking along the wall there. I thought this was kind of interesting down here at the end. There's a good blast hole. And some more holes that they've made. Wonder if they just ran out of dynamite. No. Now this is interesting here. Another blast hole. Again, I'm not sure what it is they were after. That might be some of it on the wall right there. I don't know if you know, leave a comment. Anyways, it's kind of cool. The main entrance right here, this is well over 6 feet tall here. I'm 6'2" and standing straight up right here, so. Now there's another hole in the rock just below the mine here, about 30 feet. I'm going to come down here and see what's in it. Take a look at this, see if there's anything in here. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh my God. Wow, this is wild. Again, I'd like to know what that is coming off the walls. Look at that. Now it's... Huh. Interesting. If anybody knows, leave me a comment. Really thick. Wow. Now there's a vent hole up the cliff. I can see where it goes in. That's where the light's coming from. Too cool. All right, let's get out of here. Well, I think we're going to get out of here and head back down the hill. I hope we can find the trail. It was a little sketchy on the way up, but we'll see you when we get back down to the homestead. So I've made it back to the homestead, and I think we're going to take the short walk to the cave. Now this is where the trail starts to get real steep. It's not too far, but it's still a ways. Well, we finally made it up to the cave. I thought it was just going to be a small shelter, and it's not really that big, but it does go back in here. Looks like about, oh, I don't know, 50 or 75 feet. And then, no one ever said anything about this. Someone actually started mining back in here. There's a shaft going back All right, we're going to go back and look at the mine shaft. I wonder if it's the same guy that has the mine up the wash a little farther. I wonder if he came down and did this. I don't know if you can see too much. I can't see too much. Lots of bugs. It goes down there quite a ways. I'm not going to go any farther than this because that's about a 2.5 foot opening. Interesting. Huh. 2 mine shafts in 1 video. That's pretty cool. Check this out, coming back out of it. I have to say that adds about another 50, 60 feet to the length of this shelter. Come on. Well, Monument Canyon took a little bit of time to explore the whole thing. I'm glad we finally made it up here to the cave. I had no idea it was the beginnings of another mine, so that was really cool when I found that out. Anyways, I've spent way too much time here in the cave. I was supposed to leave an hour or so ago. It's now like 1:30 and it's going to be 92, 93 degrees here. I appreciate you joining me on this one, and we will see you on the next one.